Never underestimate the power of Inertia TV. Inertia TV, daily news of the day. May the 4th, Star Wars edition. You know, have you ever thought about, who would want to be a Jedi? They're like a religious cult. They're like jihadists, always trying to blow up the order of the Empire. It's much cooler to be a Sith, because if you're going to be a wacko, religious, psycho-religious force thing, you might as well be evil. So I'm going to talk today about our favorite dark side folks in the Star Wars movies. I'm going to rank them right now. Let's go. All right, we're talking Star Wars baddies. Last on my list here is Darth Tyrannus. First of all, he should have just gone by Tyrannus, because that's a cool name. Count Dooku is not a cool name. The coolest part about Darth Tyrannus was he played by Christopher Lee, who was famous for all those monster movies back in the day, B-movies. But, yeah, kind of a lame Darth, if you ask me. Let's see. This is General Grievous. All right, a few things I didn't understand. So Grievous was somehow, he killed Jedis, but he was a robot. But even though he was a robot, he had a cough. So he was sick, but he was a robot. Anyway, he was 8 feet tall, and he would spin four lightsabers at a time. So that was pretty cool. And plus, he's got a robot skull face. So I like Grievous, although I don't really get what he's all about. Captain Phasma. There's another one. This is one that could have had a lot of, just super cool, chrome-plated stormtrooper looking. But really didn't do anything, and then was just killed too easily by Finn, I think, in that movie, right? And so it's very reminiscent of another cool-looking baddie that really was underplayed. Maybe two. Now, Supreme Leader Snoke, I actually like. I really still don't really know if he's not a Sith, but he is a Sith. I don't know, but I just because he's got that gold Vegas look. He reminds me of Goldfinger, right? The guy is, but he's also a projection. And then the scene when he gets killed was actually pretty awesome and very shocking. I didn't think that would happen when Kylo Ren killed him. So I like Snoke. I'd like to know more about Snoke, what that guy was all about. Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt is one of the greatest bad guys in Star Wars. First of all, right, the Hutts are some kind of gangsters, and Jabba's the head gangster, and yeah. He had Princess Leia in a gold bikini, don't forget, as his slave lady. Great character. Remember Captain Phasma? Well, here's the first underutilized, cool-looking, Boba Fett is just about the coolest-looking character they have. And Empire Strikes Back, he barely said a word. And then in Return of the Jedi, he gets, in the beginning of the movie, he gets killed, super easily, just knocked into the pit of the Sarlacc or whatever that is. But, right, he was not, we didn't wind up being as cool as he would have thought. I did like how he had his backstory in the prequel movies as Jango Fett's kid, Boba. And he grew up, of course, to hate the Jedi because of what happened to his father. Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is actually, I like him. Cool looking. A little bit too whiny. I do like how he has a lot of temper issues, which is kind of cool. You would think somebody very angry and Sith-like would be like that. So I like Kylo Ren. But like a lot of the baddies, he was never bad enough. This guy was bad enough. Darth Sidious. Palpatine. Darth Sidious is probably the evilest. He is the evilest Star Wars guy ever. He's the only one that really lives up to his name of being evil. And I like how he does it in a subtle, methodical way. He's always evil. He's not really into violence for violence sakes. But he always raises young apprentices to be violent. And I like Sidious. I like... I don't know if I like that he came back in that last movie, but yeah, cool bad guy, really. Especially this kind of, I mean, he's creepier than heck. Maul. Darth Maul is kind of like Phasma and kind of like Boba Fett, and where he did not get enough playing time, character development in the movies. But he is a cool looking character and really just evil. And he also, as far as I can tell, has got some anger issues. And he's got a lot of backstory now in like the other media, like, like Clone Wars and like comic books and stuff. But in the movies, underutilized. Somehow Obi-Wan killed him when he didn't even have the high ground. I don't know how that happened. I did like how he made an appearance at the end of a Solo movie, but just left me wanting more Darth Maul. Like, Darth Maul should have been the main baddie in that movie. Why not? He's so cool. And the number one, the man, the myth, Anakin. Now, Anakin Skywalker was a whiny-ass punk, but Darth Vader is freaking cool. He's the coolest bad guy ever. I complain often he's not evil enough, but I like how in his backstory, not in the movies, he's done plenty of evil things. You could tell he's kind of tempered his rage, and he learned the most from Darth Sidious to be more methodical and plotting. I still think, though, every once in a while, too many things get by him to be such a powerful force wielder. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he senses stuff sometimes, but then other times he doesn't. Like, he never sensed that Leia on the Corellian ship there was his daughter. Like, how could he not sense that? It's like you would think the Force would be all about that. And then, he never remembered R2-D2. I don't know. It just seemed like R2-D2 was his droid, and he would have remembered it. I don't know what's going on with that little thing. But anyway, Darth Vader is pretty cool, and I do like how, kind of like how Return of the Jedi ended with him killing the Emperor. I think that was appropriate. I don't think it was because he turned good all of a sudden, though.